プレイステーション。
Welcome everyone to Arlington, Texas at AT&T Stadium, site of this year's Goodyear Cotton Bowl, part of course of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before the national championship game. We'll find out here today which side has the toughness and the depth to keep driving toward that ultimate goal, a chance to raise that gold trophy over their heads. As we'll see the number 4 seed in this playoff, the Kansas Jayhawks, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Pittsburgh Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. It's been a tremendous college football playoff so far, and it's down to this, the semifinals. Which team will head on to the national championship game? Kickoff team out there. We are about to get cranked up for this semi-final collision. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Opening play of the drive, quick throw to the left. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
When you throw an out route against man coverage, and it puts a premium on a receiver who can set up the defensive back to be able to still have room to get to the outside and be timed up with a quarterback. That was great execution.
That'll pick up a first down out of the 37.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
On first and 10, looking to throw. Pass caught. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Wow, they get positive yards here, but you have a sense that they wanted a little bit more with that pitch and catch.
The completion makes it second down. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
They're going to throw for it on third and short. Quick completion to the tight end. Brought down after 40. That'll be a first down. Tackle is made, but the junior quarterback shows off his arm strength that time.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a third down early in the game, a chance to get him off the field. But instead, this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Offense set for the 6th play in this drive. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Looking for his big tight end. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down.
Well, it's another completion by this quarterback. Another great gain in a first down, and already over 30 yards through the air. This quarterback is in a zone here to start this game.
Handoff here from the shotgun. And they've got him at the 5. Great run to set up scoring position here.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2.
Chris, down here inside the 10-yard line, these are tough yards to come by. Positive yards, good push inside there by that offensive line.
Direct snap to the back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line, not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
An important 3rd down and goal now. And they're trying to punch it in here. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Pitt. We come out in the playoff game, Kirk, no signs of a rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate and actually just the rhythm to the offense. But they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
Extra point. Doinks off the upright, but is good. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. The shotgun running play call. Breaking tackles. They bring him down, but a solid run there by the sophomore.
All right, Chris, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen today, they're big. You know, they weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have to have agility. And the way they can get out there in front of the runner, create space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and a runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because he's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays. And this one worked out really well for a nice piece of yards and a 1st down.
1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
Nothing better than an offense on 1st down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
The Jayhawks begin a new series here, 1st and 10. Offense looking to throw the ball. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a 1st down.
1st down, looking to throw the ball. It's an out route, the catch made. And he steps out of bounds. A big play, an exciting end to this 1st quarter. Crucial play here to begin the quarter as the offense sets up 1st and goal. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Kansas. That's an old school leap, just up and over the defense into the end zone.
That running back needs to find a picture of that touchdown. Up into the air. He can frame that. It's a nice score to remember.
And they'll set up for the PITT. And he knocks it right through. Now they get set to kick it away. And the kickoff will be returned. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers offense is back out on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop him this time. Finds room at the 30. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Some players just have a real knack for timing their jump, and that defender was able to get a big pull on the ball and bat it away.
So 2nd and 10 after the previous play. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And he dumps it off to the tight end. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down.
Another great play by this receiver. And I tell you, the offense coordinator's doing a nice job of moving him around. The defense knew coming into this game how tough he'd be to stop, but the way they're utilizing him is making it very challenging to be able to create the matchups that the defense wants.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He's moving out of the pocket. And the pass will fall incomplete on the scramble attempt. Good coverage there.
Pretty nice catch here, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, but hands, sometimes a little questionable, as we saw here.
From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
Chris, I just love to see this offensive line in this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the first half, so really good job of establishing the run game. Opens up the play action, opens up one-on-one opportunities. Just keep winning the battle up front.
And the pass caught inside the 15. The game moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be first down and goal.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
First and goal, they'll try to run it in. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
They've got him in the backfield, nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
On 3rd and goal, he's going to try to throw for it. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
He missed it. And this game remains tied in the 2nd quarter.
Well, that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. Now you can see he's hanging his head. Poor kicker.
Here comes the Jayhawks offense back on the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. And that one's picked off. What a play. Going the other way. Can they stop him? That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Well, mistake by the quarterback of putting that up in the air, but a great play by the free safety. You know, you sit back and cover 3. The center fielder is the free safety. He's got his eyes on the quarterback, and when that ball is released, he's got to show an athletic ability to be able to go find the football and come down with it for an interception.
And it's incomplete. That's a risky throw on 1st down. Lucky to... Reception there.
Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
And they convert here on third down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And it's incomplete, very near the goal line.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board, and now the offense has a chance to kick a field goal by that missed opportunity and dropping that interception.
And that kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And the return starts just inside the end zone. And it'll be tackled right at the 20. That's a good job by the coverage team. And here comes the Kansas offense back on the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. Pitch play to the back. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring second and inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
Getting set. Here's second down. And the back gets the football. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
That's the 2-minute warning in this close first half. The offense trying to score and claim the lead before the break. First down here for this offense. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. And the ball is picked off. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. That's a pick and a long return before finally being taken down. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. And the Pittsburgh offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they moved it, but settled for a chip shot, so sort of an unsatisfying result. Looking to do more here. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Second down after the incompletion. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Makes the grab. It's DeMarco. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. Look at him on film all week. The defense coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes, and this guy can fly. You see it again here. Nice catch.
And they bring him down. Blockers not much help on the screen there. He's short of the first down. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. No surprise there, Kirk. It's a red zone touchdown to the big tight end.
Well, the tight ends are usually much more involved down in the red zone because of their size and their skill set allows them to be more effective down in this area. Now, they may not hurt you on the big, long throw, but they can use their bodies to provide the quarterback a nice target when the defense is so condensed.
PITT is good, and they go up 17-7. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. The Kansas offense is back out there now. They've got a choice here in the final minute. Do they get aggressive, try to cut into this lead, or play it safe and point toward the second half? Airing this one out toward the sideline. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on first down, but missed it.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. They have to make some adjustments there, and maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. He's picked for a third time tonight. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, your best player's got to make big plays in these kind of moments, and that's what happened right here with this defensive back. The offense in a tie game in the red zone, looking at points, and instead, the defense with the interception. In a tie game, their offense now has the ball.
And the Pittsburgh offense is back out on the field. Let's see how aggressive this offense gets. They can move into field goal range easily, but are they looking for more? Looking to throw it on first down. Catch made on the out route. Forced out of bounds, but a nice gain there, and the offense will have a first and goal. The Panthers line it up with first and goal. Keep it on the ground on first and goal. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. On second and goal, they'll give him another chance. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He just goes up and over the pile for that touchdown.
Man, that's some serious vertical by this running back. A well-earned touchdown on the goal line.
Extra point makes it a 17-point game. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. They finally make the stop there after a huge gain, but that wraps up the first half. The Meadows going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Panthers will kick this away to begin the second half. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Here comes the Jayhawks offense back on the field. They've got to get things going here. Turnovers on back-to-back possessions. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. Defense makes the stop after a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5. And the Jayhawks looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Well, this defense has been lights out all year long. In fact, it's been one of the best pass defenses in the country. Big reason why they're in this playoff, and they're living up to that standard today.
Shotgun formation here on third down. Another interception. Wow, that's his 4th tonight. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Suddenly, off the interception, it's first and goal for this offense. And here's the handoff. The junior able to bring him down quickly. See if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Now they go with a short shovel pass. Touchdown. To stretch the lead, the route is on. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kurt.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And here comes the Kansas offense back on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And it's incomplete. He just missed his target, overthrowing it.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Looking to set up a screen pass here. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, this is great execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big yards and a first down. And I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
Looking to throw it deep. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big game, but he couldn't hold on.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
Looking for his big tight end. And that's interception number 5. When will this QB get the hook? It's a big return off the INT. They steal their offensive possession.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And the Panthers' offense is back out on the field. They've really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop here? Receiver makes the catch, and the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Man-to-man coverage, you run the drag route, you prefer to get the ball downfield, but the matchup called for at least some positive yards underneath, and he makes a nice throw.
Quick throw, catch made on the out route. Touchdown, Panthers. And this one is getting ugly. Just a brilliant game from this quarterback. With a spot in the natty on the line, you need your guy to step up, and this guy has delivered so far today.
You know, it's just everything coming together. The preparation that he put in leading into this game, the offense doing their job of taking care of him, the receivers running good routes. Everything right now is clicking for this offense and this quarterback.
And they tack on the extra point. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. He'll bring it out from his end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. The Kansas offense is back out there now. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. The quarterback's got it on the option. Finding a bit of space. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. At the 30 now. Past the 10. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, Jayhawks.
There just aren't a lot of quarterbacks that can take a design QB run and take it downfield that far for a touchdown. What an added element for this offense, and it makes it so challenging for the defense to stop.
And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. And he gets in for the two-point conversion. This is now a 3-score game. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Return begins inside the 10. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Pittsburgh offense is back out on the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stop him short of the first down.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
The Panthers bring their punt team onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. And this will be fair caught at the 35-yard line. Here comes the Jayhawks offense back on the field. On first down, it's play action. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
God, this is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
Incompletion makes it second down. Off play action, he's looking to throw. And he lofts it deep over the middle. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Makes the throw across the middle of the field.
Oh, man. For him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you just have too much time in your hands. You end up thinking way too much. It gets your hands a little shaky.
Fourth and 10 after 3 straight incompletions. Can they connect this time? Looking to throw it again. Lets it fly to the wideout. Yet another interception. The disastrous performance continues. Not much on the return there, but a great interception to give the offense the football at the 42.
This guy obviously did what he needed to do to get himself ready for this game. It's a favorable matchup. He's got a lot of confidence. He's already come up with 2 interceptions in this game alone. Locked in on what he needs to do to be in position and making plays for this defense.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on.
Here we go.
And the running back takes the handoff. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Second down after that previous play. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Grab made by the tight end. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or 2 guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody. It allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
This PITT offense is moving quickly down the field. Oh, it's snapped to the back. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
It's an out route, the catch made. Bring him down short of the goal line, but it's 1st and goal from the 2.
And I've really enjoyed watching this guy play all year, and it's been great to see him in person today, making good decisions, accurate throws, and keeping this offense moving.
Tackled behind the line, it's a loss of 2. Ball moved back to the 4 for 2nd and goal. Someone moved just a bit too early, and it cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course.
Ready,
2nd down and goal upcoming. It's a quick grab. Touchdown, PITT. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly. Well, Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
Point after, up and good. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And here comes the Kansas offense back on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Some hard running there through a tackle. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, that's the drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to this big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They go backwards on 1st down, so it's 2nd and long from the 19. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge game, but he could not collect it.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. The play moves the ball to about the 45. That's good for a 1st down. The Jayhawks come to the line in the hurry-up.
Hey, this offense isn't giving up. Yeah, we're in the 4th quarter. You're down big. But who knows? Make a big play. Try to get in the end zone. Maybe get an onside kick.
Now it's 2nd down here. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Running back grabs it on a screen. Runs through the defender. And he'll go down after a nice pickup on the play. That'll be a first down. The Jayhawks are on the move here.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
He's going to take off here. Finding some room at the 25. They finally get him down, but that is a huge play. Quarterback doing it with his legs. And the Jayhawks have first and 10 here. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Snags a quick throw. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas.
Well, you can tell that this play caller, the offense coordinator, he's thinking about the future. He wants to see how his quarterback and how this offense wants to compete when this game's out of reach. He's going to be very happy with the result of this play.
Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. And he's not going to get there. The two-point drive fails. They can't cut into this deficit any further. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And looks like the hands team are able to recover the football. And the Pittsburgh offense is back out on the field. Catch made on the out route. And they bring him down quickly, but that's a solid gain on the short throw.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Looking for his big tight end. Easy throw to a wide-open receiver downfield. And they've got him down at the 3. Big gain on that completion.
I mean, Chris, look at this guy. I mean, you talk about having a great day throwing the football and leading his team to a nice, comfortable lead late in the game, and it continues. The coach is showing confidence of what he can do.
The Panthers looking to finish the drive here. It's first and goal.
Here we go.
They go with a direct snap. Oh, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Offense facing second and goal. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And the beatdown continues.
That's another touchdown for these guys. Man, they have had a day that you dream about, whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the offensive line. The entire unit has been dominant.
And the point after is good. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he's tackled at the 25, same spot it would have been, and he left it in the end zone. The Kansas offense is back out there now. They need a couple miracles here in the final 2 minutes to rescue what's been a very, very rough outing so far. Tries the right with a quick throw, and he's got it. Big play across midfield. They'll spot it near the 36. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. The gain is 5, so it's second and 5 now. The Jayhawks will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. They'll look to throw it here on second down. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
Finds a man open on the right side downfield. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Jayhawks.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And the receiving team makes the recovery. The hands team does its job perfectly. And the Panthers offense is back out on the field. What a satisfying feeling for this team. Just run out the clock and let the celebration begin. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense getting set, second down play here. On the shotgun, it's a handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So the ball at midfield, and now the offense facing a 3rd and long. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Breaks loose at the 40. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
The offense has a big play here, but they really put themselves in a hole on 1st and 2nd down. That's why they've needed to try to play catch-up. They get some great yards.
The freshman's able to get home with a sack.
Now, the quarterback's got to get the ball out of his hands. He had a lot of time back there in the pocket, looking over the field, desperately trying to find an open receiver. Nobody's open, but he still has got to take off and try to make a play. Instead, he's sacked, and it's a turnover on downs.
Here comes the Jayhawks offense back on the field. This has been a rough game for these guys. Not much left to do but play for pride. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. They'll hurry to the line here with the clock running. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. He's moving out of the pocket now. Catch made for a big game, but the fans are wondering, where was that earlier in this football game? The Jayhawks will come to the line and crank up the tempo. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play and be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship. That says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically, and they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Herb Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.